happy to note Walker as well. Thank you.
And Walker. Right. Now we'll move to item 10. This item is actually covered quite in detail later in the meeting. So just for ease, I think what I might do is move it, seconded by the Deputy Mayor. And Varsha, do you want to say anything, or John, in this item, or leave it all to the second part of the agenda? They want to leave it, so if you're happy with that, it's been moved and seconded, and we'll keep questions and comments for when we deal with this in more detail. So I'll take it to the vote then. All those in favour say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Against?
Aye.
Carried. Brings us to item 11, the summary of the finance and performance information, memoranda and briefings, including the forward work programme. I'd like to move this. Do I have a seconder? Member Blair, thank you. Any questions or discussion? Take it to the vote then. All those in favour say aye.
Aye.
Against?
Aye.
Carried.
Aye.
Thank you. Then we move to the summary of confidential decisions. And I just want to say a couple of words. Normally I wouldn't, but I just want to note around this. This is our ability to make open the work that we've done around AIMS. It was a significant project for council, and as elected members we obviously had some concerns around that. In particular, looking after the staff we employed, our high service levels, and how those services were provided at many of our locations, especially those at the Domain and the Gulf Islands. During the process we had a number of updates on how the project was progressing, and we also had involvement by members of the union as part of that evaluation. Our Chief Executive was so pleased as to how this work was done that they were awarded one of his awards for the last quarter. And I want to acknowledge the outstanding work of the team, Ross Chermside, you and the others around that. I think you have done a sterling job in achieving what has really been a great positive outcome for the AIMS staff and for Aucklanders. One of the things I can't help but say is that, as you know, we had a number of local boards that were initially very, very upset about this and didn't like the way it was progressing. At the end of the process, I received an email from a certain local board chair who had been, and spoke to us all, opposed to the sale, conveying their immense satisfaction. I won't say falling on their sword, but it was really nice that they went out of their way to email back to say thank you to staff, thank you for the process, and how well they felt about things, and I think that's important to acknowledge. We all know that as a council we've got to focus on our core business, and in the confidential sector there are other things that will come up, and I just want to note that the confidence of the way staff have handled this process has, in my opinion, been exemplary. So I'll move item 12. Do I have a seconder? Councillor Darby, you've got your hand up. I think you're scratching your head. Got your hand up anyway. Any questions or comments? I'll take it to the vote then. All those in favour say aye. Aye. Against? Carried. I have thank you. I have no extraordinary business. So now we will take a short break as we move into confidential. For those of you online, it's just a reminder that you do have to hang up from this call and re-enter under confidential. Thank you. So 5-minute break. We'll move going into confidential. Do I have a seconder, Richard? Thank you, Councillor Hills. All those in favour say aye. Aye. Against? Carried. Thank you. 5-minute break while we swap. Thank you.